Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to the 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa runs. And today we're going to be doing a run with finally Ivory Coast. I know a lot of people have been asking for Ivory Coast over the years. You know, please do 2010 Ivory Coast or 2014 Ivory Coast. I've done them on 2006, but obviously 2006 isn't really one of my favorite games. It's still decent, but it's not really my favorite. Doing him on this game is going to be so much fun. I honestly cannot wait because they've got such a good team. Look at their rating, 4.5 stars. They've got so much talent on their team and we're going to be using them today. I'm sure that a lot of you would be so happy about this. So let's get straight into it. So these are the groups for Africa qualifying, and as we always do in our qualifying runs, we randomize the groups. So in 3, 2, 1, and boom, we are in a group with, okay, I'll take that, we have Cameroon, Niger, and Lesotho. That's not bad. I like that because we've got a good mixture of teams. We've got Cameroon, who obviously are like another big team that we can contest within the group. We've got a minnow, and then we've got like a team that's slightly better than being a minnow. So it's a nice selection. So let's just check out the squad for the Ivory Coast team back in 2010. Absolutely 100% stacked, full of talent. Emmanuel Boué, Kolo Touré, Bamba, Tini, Romeric, Yaya Toure, Sakura, Gervinho, Didier Drogba, Solomon Kalou. We got on the bench as well. I'm fairly sure we got some good players. Tiote, Seydou Doumbia as well. Remember him on the old FIFAs. Absolute pace merchant. Just absolutely insane what this squad has got. It is just insane. And there's probably players in the reserves that I can't see at the moment because we're on the normal squad team, but we'll have a look at that later as we go into our first match against Niger. I don't really have to remind you, I guess, but it is on legendary difficulty because it's the best and most fun way to play this game. So here we go then, away from home against Niger. Can we start off our qualifying campaign in style? I would like to think so because obviously Niger are a minnow and we are a giant in Africa. It's really strange how Ivory Coast didn't perform better at these World Cups when they got to it. You look at 2010, okay, like you can excuse 2006 because that was their first qualification. Ivory Coast were really unlucky in 2010, not through qualifying, obviously. They qualified quite well, but it's just the group they had. It was North Korea, who I believe they beat. They beat North Korea, didn't they? And then it was Portugal and Brazil in the same group as well. And that's just pretty tough, Ivory Coast. 2014 as well. I can't remember what group they had. Wasn't it like Colombia, Greece, and someone else? I can't really remember. But Ivory Coast haven't got out the group stage of a World Cup yet. And it's surprising, really, because the amount of talent they have on their squad from 2010 to 2014 was unreal. And I'm fairly sure as well in the Africa Cup of Nations back in, what was it, like 2012 or 2013, they lost the final to Zambia, which is just again like a massive missed opportunity for this Ivory Coast golden generation to, you know, clinch a trophy. It wasn't until 2024, was it 2024 or the start of 2025 that Ivory Coast won AFCON in their own country, of course. Crossed in and not headed there. Niger, very physical at the moment, which is surprising. I thought that Ivory Coast would be absolute like monsters in this game, but at the moment, in the first 23rd minute, we're not really doing an awful lot as we almost scored our own goal there. Crossed that in and headed, and it's gone in. It's just gone in. Okay, well, Didier Drogba has scored, and that's the first goal of Ivory Coast's World Cup qualifying campaign. There's a nicely taken header as well, just in the bottom corner there. The Niger keeper couldn't get to it, and it's 1-0 to Ivory Coast. Finally, we've actually scored. If I had made it to half-time at 0-0, it would have been slightly on the embarrassing side, but you've got to give Niger some kind of credit. They've actually been okay. Niger pushing. Is blocked. They've been tricky, to be fair. They've been very tricky. They've not let us do an awful lot on the ball. A bit worried that they might equalise or something, but here comes Gervinho. He gets this. It could be a chance. It's saved, and it's blocked again by Nicher, and it goes out for a corner. Ivory Coast don't seem to be very good at the moment at shooting, which is a very wild statement when you've got Didier Drogba up top. And we're just struggling to get rid of it. It makes me think they're going to equalise. It's going to be a through ball. Here comes Solomon Kalou. He's right on through. Can he do it? He can. It's 2-0. It was a nice finish and it was a nice through ball. You're going to see that a lot, especially when we are going to get form and we're just going to be absolutely insane. I know Ivory Coast can be one of those teams that we could potentially win the World Cup with. You know, 4.5 stars. Who says no? They're just so good on this game. Crossed in by Ivory Coast. It's like the 90th minute. Like, you know, we've had a few chances, but we're just not really refined enough. I'm really happy with the result, of course. You know, winning is everything, but it's just obviously I really wanted a dominant display, and we haven't really got that dominant display from this game, sadly. But here comes Sakura. Is there a chance for him? And it's gone wide. See what I mean? We're just not really as refined, but it's okay. We won the first game, and that's all that matters. I'm just hoping that we can play better against Cameroon. Cameroon will be a tough team to play against. Of course they are. And it'll be a good match as well. Because obviously, you know, you've got two African giants battling it out in the same group. We've got a few names on the bench here for the reserves, but I don't really recognise many of them. If you guys recognise them, then let me know. But yeah, we got Keita here, who's rated 81 when he's on the reserves. So a bit of a high rated player to be on the reserves. So our next match is at home and we are against Lesotho, or Lesotho as I should be saying. A lot of people call me out for that. Whenever we have Lesotho in our runs or we're playing as them, they always say I say it wrong. It's harder to say Lesotho on the fly than it is Lesotho, so please forgive me. But yeah, Lesotho actually beat Cameroon by 1-0 in their last match, which is pretty incredible, really. Through ball, and here comes Kalou. He's faster, he's stronger, he should be putting this one away. And he lays it off, and that is 1-0 already. I mean, you've got to score a sweat goal with players like Drogba, Doumbia, and Gervinho and Kone, right? You have to. And Kalou, you know, you have to. You absolutely have to. It's the rule when playing with Ivory Coast players. Those were the glory days of FIFA. Those were absolutely the glory days. And it's nice to see people actually playing this game again. I keep seeing on YouTube now more and more like smaller YouTubers and even some big YouTubers sometimes play this game, and the 2014 game as well. It's nice that it's actually like the retro FIFAs are actually coming back, because obviously people are so annoyed with ST25. Gervinho. Crossed in, that's gotta be. Yes, it is. It's 2-0. Who was that? Oh, of course, it was Drogba. I mean, if it's a header, then it's gotta be Drogba, right? 22 minutes in, we're 2-0 up against Lesotho, and it was a really nice cross here and a great header by Drogba. Romeric, Didier Drogba trying to push through, but Lesotho not having any more of it. They're content with just sitting back now and letting Ivory Coast just pressurise them and hoping they can do a bit of damage control, I think, because we are now starting to see Ivory Coast play very well. It only took one game. To see us play like this. And, you know, they're really holding on. They're trying, like, last-ditch challenges every single time. Great play. It's Drogba. He puts it in for free. It's 3-0. He's just too strong. And Didier Drogba makes it 3-0 to Ivory Coast. Going to put on some substitutes. Seydou Doumbia and Cheick Tiote comes on. And let's see how they do. Let's get some form on them, especially with Doumbia. I really want to see how fast Doumbia is on 2010. We all know how quick he was back on the Ultimate Team era of FIFA, in like FIFA 12 and stuff like that. Through ball. Here comes Doumbia. Fast. Very fast. He scores. And that is 4-0. Seydou Doumbia has scored his first goal of the campaign. And that is game over. He's just very quick. You can see the acceleration he had to get past those two players and put it in. It's pretty good. I know it's only Lesotho, but still. And tackled. That's going to be a penalty. It's a penalty to Ivory Coast. I don't know why they even tried that, you know. There's just no point. It's the end of the game. And that's a red card. And, well, Lesotho's problems get even worse as they could concede another goal at the end of the match. Who can we have to take this penalty, though? That is the thing. I think that a bit of Kolo Touré needs to happen, I think. I'd love Kolo Touré to score a goal. And he does. It's 5-0. Kolo Touré has scored the 5th goal. And even though it's a penalty, still a nice penalty. And that is 5-0 to Ivory Coast on a very dominant night for them. And there we go. We've just beaten Lesotho by 5-0. Very dominant Ivory Coast performance. Our third match of the campaign sees us away from home against Cameroon. The big matchup coming up is Drogba versus Eto'o in this one. Who will prevail? It's still tough because even though we are by rating better than Cameroon, of course, they still have brilliant players across the pitch. They won their last match against Niger, so the table is looking very close. If we beat them, we could potentially go clear at the top of the table. Drogba gets tackled, but Kalou mops up the mess. Can he go through? And, oh, just about. Hang on, there's a penalty. I just got hacked out. But by who? Was it the goalkeeper or was it a defender? Let's have a look. And it was the goalkeeper, and it's a red card. It's red card for the Cameroon keeper, and he took me out. And here comes Drogba. Can he score the penalty? Just outside the green, and it's in. It's 1-0 to Ivory Coast, and Didier Drogba is again on the score sheet. Oh, they almost scored from nothing there. Wait, the goalkeeper, Cameroon's goalkeeper is taking this corner. Look, they cross it in, it's headed away, and come on, get the ball. Bamba, he's got it. Can we shoot? Oh, that's going wide, I think. Yeah, but why has Cameroon got their goalkeeper taking the corner? Why are they doing that? That's so weird, unless they're using an outfield player, Hanadu. Is he a goalkeeper or is he like a winger or something? I don't know, but why is he taking the corners? They got it. And it's saved. Can this be... Oh my goodness, how did that stay out? He is so lucky that didn't go in. I'm just thinking in my mind, there is an exploit that I could do that could get me a lot of goals against Cameroon. It would be very dirty, but yeah. Basically, just kick the ball out for a corner every time. And make their goalkeeper come up to take the corner and then intercept the ball and then go down the pitch and tap it into an open net. Despite Cameroon having 10 men, they've been very good defensively, and they've even had a few attacks as well. It does show there are vulnerabilities to this Ivory Coast team that still are there. We're not quite like the beast team that we think we are yet. As we go into half-time, it's 1-0 thanks to the penalty from Didier Drogba and the red card. Cameroon have won themselves a corner, and yet again the goalkeeper is taking it, so it must be like a glitch or something. I'm not sure, but we just cleared it away. Is there any room that we could score this? Look at the goalkeeper who's trying to track back, and this could be Gervinho. I want to walk it in, but I think I might get tackled. Yeah, I was going to get tackled. Like, if I kept going, I definitely would have got tackled. And the goalkeeper was nowhere to be seen because he's on corner duties. Why? Why is the goalkeeper on corner duty? I don't know, man. Eto'o. He's got it. And it's gone in. And that's 2-1 to Cameroon. Eto'o has scored. And despite being down to 10 men, they've got a goal back. Well, they caught me there because I was like, I'm going to slide in front of it, but no. He just fires it into the bottom corner, and that is 2-1 now. Crossed in. Headed away, and that will be another corner to Cameroon. And the goalkeeper's taking this one. Okay, again, did they not learn that they just conceded because they did that? And here comes Gervinho. Come on. Drogba, right, make the run. Yes, come on. Look at him. Look at him trying to get back. He can't do it. And Didier Drogba, he scores. There we go. And that's 3-1 to Ivory Coast, sorry. And we just walked it in because the goalkeeper's on corner duties. Like, I just don't understand it. I've never seen this in my life where a team has knowingly put a goalkeeper on corner duties. I don't know. Maybe they took off their captain or the person who was supposed to be on corners for the guy who was substitute. Cameroon. Oh, great save. And that's going to be another corner. And you know what's going to happen? The goalkeeper's got to take this. It's the 90th minute. I don't know if we have enough time to do anything really in this match, because Didier Drogba is trying to go through. No, there isn't enough time, sadly. And that will be 3-1 in a very weird game where Cameroon decided to use their goalkeeper to take corner kicks. Very strange. It must have been because they took off their corner taker and replaced him with the goalkeeper, and then the game thought that, you know, because they made that change, the goalkeeper was taking corners, and I don't think the AI realised it, because obviously, you know, it wouldn't realise that in a red card situation. But yeah, lucky me, right? So we beat Cameroon by 3-1. Decent game. I mean, we've got to play them again in a minute, so it'll be an actual proper game, not like this game where we just messed about pretty much. We are against Cameroon again, and this time we're back at home for this one. Hopefully Cameroon will be at full strength so we can actually see how we play against them. I think the last match was a little bit of a joke. It feels like though that Ivory Coast are really starting to get some really nice green form, and they're going to be unstoppable if we beat Cameroon again. Cameroon still have it. It's crossed in and they scored. We failed to clear it, and that is 1-0. Webo has scored in the 7th minute, and well, it was poor defending really from two players there. I think Kolo Torre failed to clear that one. That is a wild ball. What the hell? Here comes Webo. Webo, tackle him. Oh, it's just gone wide. That ball to him, how he wasn't offside is just crazy. And that's a through ball to Eto'o. Eto's going through and he's just caught there, and we've just given it away back to Cameroon. Headed and caught again. I think they're looking for revenge because obviously their last match was a bit of a joke and we made a mockery out of Cameroon. Manuel Abue. Crossed in. And yes, we scored, and that was Drogba with the tap in. And I thought initially someone would have headed that, but nobody went for it, so Drogba just took it down and tapped it in. 1-1, really nice cross by Abue, and yeah, we're back all level. Header, Romeric. Oh, that deserved a goal, but it smacks off the bar again. Ivory Coast have hit the bar quite a few times in this match. As we go into half-time, it is 1-1 between these two. Over the top by Drogba to Doumbia. Tiote into the middle, and what a move! What a move! And that is Gervinho with the goal to put us 2-1 up against Cameroon. Gervinho fed by Tiote through the legs of that defender, and it was just quickly tapped in. It was a really nice move by Ivory Coast. 2-1 up. Going to be crossed in by Cameroon and punched away by Barry, the goalkeeper. Didier Drogba. So through ball, here comes Doumbia. I want to see that pace, Doumbia. We're seeing it. We are absolutely seeing it. The finish? No, but Drogba gets the rebound. It's 3-1. And that was all because of the pass from Drogba. And then Doumbia's run. And then obviously the rebound. Just finished off perfectly by Drogba. But Doumbia should have scored here, really. It was a nice save, but yeah, we're 3-1 up again against Cameroon. Eto'o is going on through. And tackled. Oh, he's got it back. Crossed in. They got it. And saved. They did a fake shot as well to try and fake out my keeper. The AI is getting a little bit better every time. Gervinho to take it. And it's headed away. But Doumbia will header it back. Shot. And it's gone in. What a goal. Was that Yaya Toure? It was Yaya Toure. He scores to make it 4-1. And what a strike that was. Headed down by Doumbia and then shot by Yaya Toure off the bar and in. We've hit the bar so many times today that one of them had to go in. What a performance has been from Ivory Coast in this match. Just sensational, really, to win 4-1 over Cameroon, who are another big team, of course. You know, they're a very hard team to play against in usual circumstances. But when you're Ivory Coast, it's not a problem. As we win 4-1, that should qualify us into the next round, since we have 12 points. So the other two games will be against Niger and Lesotho again, and you have to think we'll be winning those two games. So I'd like to direct your attention to the table quickly. We've already qualified, there's no doubt about that. But look at Lesotho and Cameroon. I mean, there's still 4 points separating them, so Cameroon can still get in there. But Lesotho are really making that push for that second place position, and I kind of hope they get it, to be fair, because they played really well. Maybe if they win their next match against Cameroon, they might be able to qualify from that. Here we go then. Fifth match is against Niger, and it doesn't matter for us, and I don't think it really matters for them either, so it's a bit of a nothing game. It's only when we play Lesotho that it could really define the qualifying group properly. Taken away by Kalu, and he's running on through. Second minute of the game, by the way, as well. It's a sweat into the middle, and that is 1-0 already. Dirty move, but hey, it sets the tone, and Drogba has scored in the 4th minute to make it 1-0 to Ivory Coast. Out to you, and 2-0. Okay, it's 2-0. It's Solomon Kalou that time. 7 minutes in, we're 2-0 up against Niger. I think this could be an absolute goal fest. As we go into half-time, we're 2-0 up on Niger. We've been shooting a lot in the last sort of 30 minutes since the first 2 goals have got in, but we just can't score, I guess. So, yeah, it's not really that important, but I'd love to just have a game where we just wipe the floor with someone. I guess we are, to be fair. They haven't done anything. Free kick to Ivory Coast on the edge of the box. Drogba lays it off to Toure. And it's saved. But hold on. A chance. Okay, it's just gone straight in. And Drogba has scored the 3rd. Toure. Romeric. Into the box to Gervinho. Gets knocked over. That's a penalty. Penalty to Ivory Coast. And, well, since we're like miles ahead in the table, why not get the goalkeeper on penalty duties? Why not, right? Here we go. Let's try a chip penalty. I haven't tried that for a while. Barry. And that is the reason why we don't try chip penalties, because they're just awful. I mean, I'm lucky I'm 3-0 up, but yeah, Barry misses the easy chance there to score. Over the top. And it's Kalou. He's pushing his way through. It's Kalou. And it's saved, and we couldn't get the rebound. Feels like we should have had way more goals in that match, but it's fine, you know, it doesn't really matter. We've qualified anyway, and there's the official celebrations. We've gone through, but yeah, just felt like we could have had more. And we probably could have done, but Niger were quite awkward at times, and their goalkeeper made some decent saves as well. Yeah, decent match though. So the situation for Lesotho is this: they need to win in order to go through, otherwise it'll be Cameroon, unless Cameroon fail to beat Niger, which I very much doubt it. Here we go then, final match for this round of qualifying, and it's against Lesotho. All the fans are here, they're expecting a big performance, and you know, I'd like to just forfeit the match, to be honest with you, but that's not how we roll here. We have to let every team do it legit, otherwise, you know, it'll be like favoritism and stuff like that, you know. They're in a really good position, but obviously with Cameroon playing against Niger, it's not looking pretty for Lesotho. Even a draw will not be enough for Lesotho in this situation, as Cameroon have taken the lead. They need to win. They absolutely need to win, otherwise their qualifying campaign is as good as over. Ivory Coast haven't been at their best in this match, and I'm not really too bothered about winning, so this is Lesotho's time to really strike when it matters. And Niger have equalised against Cameroon. There might be hope yet for Lesotho in this campaign. It's going to be a corner to Lesotho just before half-time. It's headed away. Kicked away. And that'll be half-time with the score at 0-0 between these two. Yeah, Ivory Coast haven't been at their best, but like I said, I don't really care too much. It's the final game of round 1 of qualifying. We've already done it. Niger are holding on to Cameroon right now, 1-1, so there is hope for Lesotho. It's a through ball. Lesotho might have caught me out here. Makama. I don't know what he's doing, and it's blocked. But hold on. Just tackled. Cameroon have got a third. It's looking like it's over. Despite us not playing very well against Lesotho, it probably won't matter now. That's a through ball. Lesotho could do it. And it is! It's in! They scored in the 90th minute. It's Makama. They might have just saved their qualifying campaign. A through ball and none of my players reacted to it. And bang! Straight in the net. They have scored in the 90th minute to save their campaign. I think they have. I think they've done it. That's crazy. Let's just boot it away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have just spoilt their campaign with a long shot. Oh my god. I'm going to get so much heat for that. People are going to be like, yeah, Lesotho. And I was just like, you know what? I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I'll have a shot from outside the box. It won't go in. And it just went flying straight in. Oh my days. I feel so sorry. I feel so bad. I should have just booted it out for a goal kick. I did not expect that to fly into the back of the net. No way did I expect that. And Ivory Coast have drawn against Lesotho. With that result, that means that Cameroon will qualify. Honestly, that long shot took me off guard. I did not expect that to go flying into the back of the net. I'm so sorry, Lesotho. I'm so sorry. Alright then, so that is your final table, and obviously we went through almost perfect, and Cameroon went through as well on that result. Lesotho could have gone through, but we spoiled it. Again, I'm so sorry, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I just didn't expect them to score at the end, and then I was like, you know what, I'll boot it away. Instead, I booted it into the back of their own net. So yeah, yeah, that's our group there. Going through the other groups then, let's have a look. So Burkina Faso and Congo go through in Group A to the next round. Tanzania and Equatorial Guinea staying home. In Group B, it's Angola and Madagascar going through. In Group C, it's the Seychelles going through alongside Chad. So well done to those two teams. Libya and Guinea going through in Group D. In Group E, it's Senegal and Cape Verde Islands going through. In Group G, it's Ghana and Benin going through. In Group H, it will be Congo DR going through. Nigeria eliminated early on. That's crazy. In Group I, it's Sierra Leone and Algeria going through. And in Group J, it's Egypt and Sudan going through there. Mali losing out on the next round there, which is quite surprising because Sudan are not really that good on this game, really, in my opinion, but well done to them. In Group K, it's Mauritius going through. And in Group L, it's Morocco and Tunisia. So if we change the stage, that is our group. We have Morocco, Mauritius and Cameroon to contend with in the next round. The other groups looking like this. So Benin, Sudan, Congo DR and Burkina Faso in Group A. In Group B, it's Tunisia, Libya, Chad and Algeria. In Group D, it's Senegal, Egypt, Seychelles and Congo. And in Group E is Ghana, Sierra Leone, Angola and Guinea going in that group. So that is part 1 of your Ivory Coast qualifying series. I hope that you're enjoying it and tune in for part 2 when it drops. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please give it a like and subscribe if you did. And I'll see you again for the next video.